Hi, John.
It has been a day. Good evening to our friends on the East Coast, good afternoon to our friends on the West Coast, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Those of you here at the Brahinsky Center for Social Justice, thank you for being in beloved community in our safe space this evening. Thank you to Noemi, to Guy, and to David for allowing us to be on this musical journey together. It is First Friday. Philip, welcome back. Those of you who've been here before, and those of you who are joining us for the first time, you're in for a big treat. It has been a difficult week here at our safe space, the Brahinsky Center for Social Justice, and we want to send our love and our strength and our solidarity out to the family of Next Benedict and all the families out there who I know are dealing with very significant loss, and we are working together. We are stronger together. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank my mom and dad for giving me a safe space as I was growing up, and my wife, who creates that same safe space for our son and his friends, and our community organizer, our co-educator here, Sarah Wasserman, who creates that safe space for her family at home. And it's the reason that all of us here at the center can create this safe space that we have each and every day. So please know that those of you that are feeling this, as so many of us are, we are here for you. We have been here all week. We were here this morning. We had an incredibly beautiful welcoming the community breakfast. We had so many folks show up, and we shared some really meaningful moments, and we'll be here all week, next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. But nights like this are also really important, that we come together and that we make music, and we celebrate. We celebrate the joy that is life, we celebrate the journey that is life, we celebrate each other, we celebrate the ones that we've lost, and we celebrate the ones that we love, and we uplift each other. So thank you again to the wonderful musicians behind me, to the wonderful community members in front of me, to you beautiful folks at home. And I'd be remiss not to ask you if to support what we do here, to support nights like this, to support a safe space like this, oh so much more pivotal right now. You can do that. There's a link there at home for those of you at home and those of you here. There are many different ways around the center. We love you all, and we are so very, very thankful that we get to share these times with you. And tonight is a celebration. It is the first day of Women's History Month, and I know that David and Noemi and Guy have prepared a couple of special tunes for us, celebrating women songwriters and musicians. So without further ado, again, my incredible gratitude, my respect, my recognition for the struggles that we all face and the ways that we all persevere, and my absolute love to all of you. Enjoy the show.
So we are going to be celebrating Women's History Month, highlighting three of our favorite women singer-songwriters. I'm going to start off, though, we'll warm up with a couple of tunes. First one is from Dave Mallett. He's a Maine singer-songwriter. And this song is called The Road Goes On Forever.
Sometimes when I'm standing still, it hits me like a shiver. There ain't no mansion on no hill, just a road goes on forever. Goes on forever.
This next tune we're going to do is from Shel Silverstein, who's a writer, poet, cartoonist, singer-songwriter, playwright, children's author. Some of you may know his books, The Giving Tree, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Anyone know those books? A Light in the Attic. He sold more than 20 million copies of his books. And he wrote a song called A Boy Named Sue, recorded by Johnny Cash. Yeah, and he won 2 Grammys. It's called Sing for the Song. Sometimes you sing for the money, sometimes you sing for the show, sometimes you sing for those dewy-eyed darlings, it still makes them cry, don't you know? One time you sang for the glory, but the glory didn't last very long. In the haze of the stage, you look back to the days when you used to sing for the song.
Sing for the song, boy, just like you did when you stood on that corner and you didn't even feel the cold. Sing for the song, boy, just like you did before all the cocaine and flashballs and bright painted ladies got a hold of your song.
But you really don't make too much money, and you don't put on much of a show. And those dewy-eyed darlings next week will be crying for somebody else, don't you know? And the tune is becoming your burden, and the words all sound twisted and wrong. And the song that you sell, it don't taste quite as well as when you used to sing for the song.
Sing for the song, boy, just like you did when you stood on that corner and you didn't even feel the cold. Sing for the song, boy, just like you did before all the cocaine and flashballs and bright painted ladies got a hold of your song. Sing for the song, boy, just like you did when you stood on that corner. You didn't even feel cold. Sing for the song, boy, just like you did before all the cocaine and flashballs and bright painted ladies got a hold of your song.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're going to do our first woman singer-songwriter. This is Peggy Seeger. Peggy is still around. She's 88 years old. She was born in New York. If you don't know her, she plays banjo, guitar, dulcimer, concertina, auto, harp, piano. Began performing in 1955 and still active. She married Ewan McCall in 1989. He died in 1989.
Was he a singer?
He was a singer-songwriter. Yeah. I love doing a lot of his stuff. We've done his stuff. She lived in Great Britain for more than 60 years. Her father was Charles Seeger, folklorist and musicologist. Her mother, Ruth Parker Crawford, a composer and the first woman to receive a Guggenheim Fellowship. The family moved to Washington, D.C. when Charles was appointed by the Music Division of the Resettlement Administration. Peggy is sister to Mike Seeger, who's really brought bluegrass, made it very popular, and half-sister to Pete Seeger. In the 1950s, along with Paul Robeson and her brother Pete and the Weavers, she found life difficult here with the McCarthy period and went to visit communist China, so had her U.S. passport withdrawn. She eventually went to London, met Ewan McCall. She was about to be deported. Her visitation card had, gone out of date, and she married with, in quotes, folk singer Alex Campbell, so she could gain British citizenship. Then she resumed her relationship with McCall, and they married in 1977, had 3 children. She was a leader in introducing the concertina to the English folk music revival, and she sang much about women's issues. Many of her songs became anthems in the women's movement. The most famous being "I'm Going to Be an Engineer," you might know that one. Later she was able to return to the U.S. She lived in Asheville, North Carolina. And then she relocated to Boston in 2006. She taught at Northeastern, later produced music videos for progressive political candidates, and then moved back to the UK in 2010 to be near her children. And she's now living near Oxford. She identifies as a bisexual and contributed an essay to a book called Getting By, Voices of Bisexuality Around the World. Since 2022, she has been on a first farewell tour of Britain and Ireland. These longtime singers, they go on a number of farewell tours. So this is a song she wrote called Wonderful World, and this came out in 1996. As much as we like. The world is made of elastic.
Jacksonville covered the homes and all the rest cemented over. You can believe that Adam and Eve were a great and revelation. As many as stars were little too far as the wheels go round.
Well, God gave a yell. He was angry as hell. He says, I was mistaken. Man believes the world is his. He's uncreated, my creation. Now I retract, I'm taking it back. I'll give it to the flora and fauna, to the bees and the fleas, the bears and the hares, the trees and the seas, germs and the worms, bugs and slugs, fox and rocks, dogs and hogs, cats and bats, ghosts and the moose, the louse and the mouse, flamingo and eagle, the horse, of course, with the eels and seals, and to hell with the wheels. Let the world go round. Now her half-brother, Pete. He hasn't written too many songs, Pete. Mostly he plays others. This is a key of F, My Rainbow Race. That's the new one. This came out in 1973. It's a good sing-along. I don't know if you folks are up for singing along, but the chorus is a wonderful sing-along. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round who could ask for more. And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race that it's too soon to die. tell their mothers and their fathers too. Now's our last chance to share what's been given to me and you. Go tell the children, tell their mothers and fathers too. Now's our last chance to share what's been given to me and you. It's one less cry of the ones, one ocean, one valley on our shore, on earth so green and brown. Who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow rays. That's too soon to This next tune dates back to the 1700s, or 17th century actually, 1600s. It's traditional Irish, and it's one of the only songs I know of that's a triple entendre. It's got 3 different meanings. We'll see if we can pick it up. We'll have a test at the end. We'll see if we can get it. It's called A Bunch of Time. Once I had a sprig of time. I thought it never would decay, until a saucy sailor he chanced upon my way, and he stole away my bonny bunch of time. Time, it is a precious thing. Time brings all things to your mind. Time with all its labors, along with all its joys, and its time brings all things to an end. The sailor, he gave to me a rose that never would decay. He gave it to me to keep me well-minded of the night he stole my bonny time away. For time, it is a precious thing. Time brings all this to your mind. Time with all its labors, along with all its joys, and its time brings all things to an end. an English songwriter, also a children's book author. He mostly sings satirical songs and writes them. And he was on the BBC's, that was the week that was in the early 1960s. I saw him once in New York perform. And, this is his song called No Cause for Alarm. Came out in 1997. There was a lot of controversy in those days, probably still is, about the nuclear power industry. There's no cause for alarm. There's really no cause for alarm. Really stay clean and cheap. All sensible people know it can't do any harm. The facts have been collated and the figures calculated and the risks evaluated, the findings validated, and our experts vindicated for the clearly demonstrated. The dangers to the public have been much exaggerated. So stay cool and stay calm, for there's no cause for alarm. First, we'd like to put an end to this unfounded speculation concerning the emission of low-level radiation. Now, this is just routine. Indeed, the dose is well below the maximum permissible laid down by those who know. The facts, as far as we can ascertain them, clearly show the risks are scientifically acceptable, and so we know. There's no cause for alarm. There's really no cause for alarm. It's clearly safely and cheap. All sensible people know it can't do any harm. The facts have been collated and the figures calculated, the risks evaluated and the findings validated, and our experts vindicated for the clearly demonstrated. The dangers to the public have been much exaggerated. So stay cool and stay calm, for there is no cause for alarm. Now, if you've worked yourself into a state of high emotion about the waste plutonium discharged into the ocean, you should not be upset by such unscientific chatter. You're far more chance of being scratched to death by your pet cat. Analysis has shown a little radioactive matter. This makes the water warmer, so the fish are getting fatter. So there's no cause for alarm. There's really no cause for alarm. It's clearly safely and cheap. All sensible people know it can't do any harm. The facts have been collated and the figures calculated and the risks evaluated and the findings validated. Our experts vindicated for the clearly demonstrated. The dangers to the public have been much exaggerated. So stay cool and stay calm, for there is no cause for alarm. Disquiet has been voiced about our foolproof cooling system because of cracks which have occurred, and sometimes we have missed them. The cracks are slight and superficial, hardly worth a mention. Of course, we're giving them our most expert attention. Calculations prove there is no cause for apprehension, though these are far too complex for the layman's comprehension. So there's no cause for harm. There's really no cause for harm. It's clearly safely and cheap. All sensible people know it can't do any harm. The facts have been collated and the figures calculated and the risks evaluated and the findings validated and our experts vindicated for the clearly demonstrated. The dangers to the public have been much exaggerated. So stay about those missing fuel rods. Well, first, let's make it clear we don't claim to be gods. We took each rod and scrupulously chopped it up and canned it, and numbered it most carefully, and just as we had planned it, we put it in the cooling pond, and when we went to land it, it wasn't there at all. We simply cannot understand it. We're very often asked about disposal of waste. Indeed, this is a problem, and of course it's being faced. We're working on it daily with resource and dedication, examining a process which we call vitrification, methodically testing every granite rock formation, investigating ocean beds and solar exploration. We're working in the field of dematerialization and following developments in prestidigitation, and now at last we feel we're in a breakthrough situation for the final solutions in the process of creation. So there's no cause for alarm. There's really no cause for That's a bit of an epic. Now, the next woman singer-songwriter we're going to highlight is Linda Thompson. She's 76 right now, born in London. Basically a vocalist. She's performed since 1966, married to Richard Thompson, but then they were divorced 10 years later, but they continued to sing together. She's one of the most well-known singers in the British folk rock movement of the 70s and 80s, and she collaborated with Richard. She joined a group called The Bunch, a loose supergroup. Remember the days when there were supergroups? I remember that. Supergroup of folk rockers, including former Fairport Convention members Sandy Denny, she wrote Who Knows Where the Time Goes, and Richard Thompson. She became interested in Sufism, and she went to a Sufi commune with Richard, where all the food was prepared by the women, and where, quote from her, white middle-class people were trying to punish themselves and everybody else. It taught me a lot, to stay away from sects, mostly. That's what she did. Anyway, she came back to recording with songs expressing a strong disdain of fame, wealth, and worldly values, and political hypocrisy. She lost her voice as a result of spasmodic dysphonia for a couple of years, but then made a new start in 1984. She's still singing. I think her voice is one of the most beautiful. This is in B, actually. Can you do it? You have a harmonica with that? You do. I'm trying to fool him, get him a key. He doesn't have a harmonica, but it doesn't work.
That's what
Now, both Richard and Linda, but Linda, I think more even than Richard, do a lot of songs about the laboring people, the working class, the hard life. I've been rereading some books on the history of England during the 18th century. But the life of the working class, every time I read about it, I can't believe how difficult it was for them, and how little the aristocracy cared. This cruel country has driven me down, teased me and lied. I've only such stories to tell to this town. My dreams have withered and died. Once I was bending the tops of
of the trees, kind words in my ears, kind faces to see. Then I struck up with a boy from the west. They'd run and hide, they'd run and hide. Count 1 to 10 and he's gone with the rest. My dreams are withered and died. Silver moon, sailor, oh silver moon, shine on the water so wide, the water so wide. Steal from the bed of some good friend of mine. My dreams have withered and died. If I were a butterfly, I'd live for a day. I would be free, just blowing away. This cruel country has driven me down. Teased me and lied, teased me and lied. I've only sad stories to tell to this town. My dreams have withered and died. My dreams have withered and died.
And the third woman singer-songwriter we're going to focus on tonight is Kate Wolf, San Francisco born 1942, died prematurely in 1986, the age of 44. She wrestled with leukemia quite a few years. She studied piano at the age of 4, but then quit at the age of 16 because she was too shy. But she started singing with friends in high school in Berkeley. Then she married Saul Wolf and had 2 children. And then in 1969 became part of the Big Sur music community. Then moved to Sonoma County, where I lived for a year, and found formed Wildwood Flower. She released her first album in 1976 on her own label, Powell Records. An important friend and mentor was Utah Phillips. You know about Utah Phillips? Utah, certainly a labor organizer, union person, and a hobo, right? Yeah. Activist, right? Activist for hobos, I remember. We saw him in one of his last concerts up in Vermont. In 1987, the World Folk Music Association established the Kate Wolf Award to honor her memory. Now, the song we're going to do, Across the Great Divide, it's been analyzed as explores themes of separation, longing, the search for connection. It can be seen as a longing for contact between people and as a celebration of an individual's contact with a higher state of consciousness that can be found in the finest hour across a great divide.
our troubles instead of counting sheep. Where the years went, I can't say. I just turned around and they gone away. I've been sifting through the layers, dusty books and faded papers. Tell a story I used to know, and it was one that happened so long ago. It's gone away yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the rivers change direction across the great divide. Softly as the night was falling, with a question, and I replied, but he's gone across the borderline. It's gone away yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the rivers change direction across the great divide. Finest hour I have seen is the one that comes between the edge of night and the break of day. It's when the darkness rolls away. It's gone away yesterday. Here's something from Greg Brown, one of the first songs that became popular. It's probably still paying his way. The last verse was written by a friend of his named Dick Pinney. Little captains and cuckoos from here to Timbuktu. There's a pearl of wisdom that slices up in cheese, burning just like kerosene, burning just like kerosene.
Periods of longness, periods of fondness, and periods that never came at all. Singing,
We need to control. There's the biggest star I've ever seen. There's a pearl of wisdom that slices up in cheese, burning just like kerosene, burning just like kerosene.
All right, this next tune comes from Chris Smither, and I think in some respects it's about a liberated woman and the singer's difficulty in capturing her.
looking for my Lola. She's drinking rum and Coca-Cola, smokes big cigars, she drives big cars around. Folks say she's gonna reach the top, but she says that's just her first stop. I know she ain't a good end, but you bet she wouldn't lose much sleep if I would die today. She says that love ain't cheap, but the pain is free. I say, but that sounds good to me. She's got hooks to make a fish think twice, but I ain't no fish, I'll pay any price. If I think at all, I think that feels nice. Looking for my Lola, what if I had told ya? She don't even know, she hurts me so. She says, I don't hate you, it ain't that big a deal. You don't even figure in the way I feel. I don't think she feels too much at all. I said, have a heart, she told me to my face. What little heart I got is in the wrong place.
Looking for my Lola,
She's a little rock and roller, party down, paint the town again. She drinks too much, she keeps it in. Everybody says she's a hell of a kid. She ain't no kid when she's cut me apart. Well, that's that's okay, I told her from the start. Don't stop before you get my heart.
Looking for my Lola.
I barely got to know you, for I know there ain't a lot to know. Either I gave up or she let me go. How I got away I'll never know. My life should be better, and it's not. I know you think that she was pretty bad. I wouldn't know she was all I had.
Looking for my Lola.
Oh, my little love. Come on, girl. Where'd you get to? Oh, my. Oh, yes, yes. I don't care what you all say. I miss her. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't tell me what's good for me. I know what's good for me. I still miss her. Yeah.
Figure in the way I feel.
You don't even figure in the way I feel.
What kind of woman is that?
What kind of woman is that? We're going to do something from Stan Rogers now. This is one we've never done before. He calls it Fisherman's Waltz. It captures kind of a sense of nostalgia and longing for a bygone era of fishing and maritime traditions. He sees the intrusion of modern development on the waterfront and acknowledges the harsh realities of the fisherman's industry, but nostalgia remains strong. So this is kind of like a lament for the fading past, a call to remember and cherish the legacy of those who came before. The spring, this year of grace, with new life pushing through, that I look to the citadel, down to the narrows, and ask what it's coming to. So I hop a Canadian concrete and glass, right down to the waterline, and I heard an old song that old fisherman took off. Let's sing it just for one time. Closed eyes against the sun, past what's done and gone. There was no remorse on a cold winter ocean when the gale is singing awful song. But my fathers knew of a wind and tide, and my blood is maritime. And I heard an old song down on Fisherman's Wharf. I sing it just one time. I sing it just one time. Then all the way leave her home, the song I heard before. No boats to sing it for, no sails to sing it for. There rises now a single tide of tourists passing through. We traded old ways for the new, old ways for the new, for the new. Was in the spring, this year of grace, with new life pushing through. Then I looked from the citadel down to the narrows and asked what is coming to. I saw an upper Canadian concrete and glass right down to the waterline. And I heard an old song down on Fisherman's Wharf. I sing it just one time. I sing it just one time. I sing it just one time. All right, we're going to do something from Leon Redbone now. I'm going to get my Leon Redbone hat. You're not wearing your shades. If you were wearing his shades, I might ask to borrow his shades. Because Leon often wore shades, but if I wore shades, I couldn't read the words, so forget it. I don't know if you know about Leon Redbone. Born in 1949, just died a couple years ago in New Hope, Pennsylvania. He channeled performers and songwriters from ragtime, Delta blues, Tin Pan Alley. Not generally heard by the folk and folk rock generation. He did appear 2 times on Saturday Night Live in 1976. His birth name was Dikian Gobalian, Armenian. He remained elusive about this and all the details of his life, but I knew his daughter, Ashley. She took my class one time in Bucks County, because they were living in Bucks County. And I got to talk to her a little bit about him, but she didn't seem to know a lot about him either. Now, we're going to do a song that he recorded called Anytime. It was written in 1921 by Herbert Happy Lawson. It's been recorded by Eddie Arnold, Eddie Fisher, Patsy Cline. So this is my version of Leon Redbone's version of Anytime. I'm so sad and blue by nobody but you. You don't seem the same to me. I told you that I loved you right from the start. You told me the very same thing, but now you're trying to break my little heart. Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel that heartache, that will prove your love for me is true. Anytime faith.
Wrong key? Let me see. There's the key. I have the right key, okay. One day a babe was born along the highway. Tiny helpless thing upon the sand. And an Okie with a dream out on the byway took the babe and held it proudly in his hand. Now the woman smiled a gentle smile of no wind and whispered something softly in its ear. Perhaps a little prayer to help it grow in. Perhaps a word of comfort through the fear. And you can trust the moon to move the mighty ocean. You can trust the sun to shine upon the land. You take the little that you know, and you do the best you can, and you save the rest of the quiet face of man. The tractor makes its way along the fence line. All the seeds are dropped precisely in the row. If the rain is kind and the wind don't take the topsoil, before too long the crop crops will start to show. And the farmer sees the fields around him brighten and whispers something low beneath his breath. Perhaps a little prayer to help it grow in. Perhaps a word of thanks for all the rest. You can trust the one to move the mighty oceans. You can trust the sun to shine upon the land. Take the little that you know, and you do the best you can, and you save the rest with this white faith on hand. There's a storm pushing tonight out on the water. There's a soul that sails along out on the blue. There's a dreamer with his eye upon the heavens. They're all looking for a way to make it through. You can trust the Lord to move the mighty oceans. You can trust the sun to shine upon the land. You take a little that you know, and you do the best you can, and you save the rest of the quiet face of man. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all you people out there who are watching. And we're going to catch this on the recording. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Noemi. Thank you, Guy. And thank you, David. And thank all y'all for being out here tonight with us here live at the Brahinsky Center for Social Justice. And thank all y'all out there who joined us virtually and will join us ad infinitum at the live video stream, the link that will be in perpetuity for you to watch. we know this is a tender time for a lot of people in our community, and what a wonderful way to end this week. Again, our great thanks to our magnificent musicians behind me and our beloved community in front of me, and all y'all at home. This is how we persevere, this is how we gather together, this is how we share strength and solidarity and love, and this is how we journey together and we move forward. Thank you all so much. If you were moved tonight by the music, if you were moved tonight by the mission of the BRCSJ Center for Social Justice, please do give whatever is within your means, within your heart, so we can continue to preserve and protect and respect and recognize and indeed love all of our beautiful people that we are to serve. We have the honor of being of service to. And most importantly, please be good to each other. Be good to your families, chosen or otherwise. And most especially, my friends, especially now, be good to yourselves. You need it, and we need you here with us. Much love and respect.